I always have really good first dates. A lot of guys tell me that my first date with them went so well that they don't want to go on a second or third date or any more dates because the first date was so good that they don't want to like mess it up and, you know, go on another date and have it not be as good and ruin what we had the first date. It made me realize after so many guys doing that wow, like I must be doing something really good on the first date.
You wanna know what's wrong with Sadie?
You have to prepare. So one of the things you can do to make it look like you don't care and you're not trying is dressing the part. This is where a lot of people go wrong on their first date. They think that they should get all dressed up and, you know, just look super done up and smell really good and, you know, brush their teeth, like things like that make it look like you're trying too hard. Most people think that their date wants to know the good things about them. No, that's where everyone goes wrong. Your date doesn't want to know those things. They don't care about your GPA you got in high school. They don't care if you have a good job or career lined up. What your date really wants to know, especially on the first date, they want to know what's wrong with you. They want to know your insecurities. They want to know about your childhood trauma. You want to, prior to the date, maybe just think about all the things you're insecure about, and so they're, you know, right off the top of your head. That way, you know, you're ready to bring them all up when you meet your first date. This one is harder for me to remember, you know, do I have insecurities? Or if I do, what are they? I have no idea. So sometimes this part takes me the longest because I like have to take because I have to take a good hard look at myself for a long time. And you can bring up these conversations really naturally, you know, like for example, right when your date comes to the door to pick you up and he's like, hey, how are you? And you can be like, oh, I'm not good. And then if he's like, oh, why? Then you can be like, well, I mean, I have a lot of insecurities and just a lot of, you know, childhood trauma and past relationship issues that I'm not sure if I'm over. But other than that, like, I'm good. And then right off the bat, he's like, okay, finally, a good first date. You know, as you're telling them these things, it might be overwhelming, it might be a lot to take in, but don't give them time to really take it in, digest it, so you just want to keep telling them more and more information. This is where it gets kind of tricky. You still want to be mysterious. For example, you tell your date, hey, you should know that my mom is really disappointed in me and what I've done with my life. And that makes me insecure. And also, I've had multiple therapists tell me that this is wrong with me or whatever. They ask, you know, follow-up questions like, oh, well, why do you feel like, you know, your mom's disappointed in you? Or what did your therapist or doctor say was wrong with you? Then you can be like, oh my gosh, it's only our first date. I'm not gonna tell you that. They're gonna be in this headspace of like, wow, I really wanna know more. And then it's kind of this exciting feeling that they're probably gonna feel like, should I be scared? Should I be worried? Should I be feared for my safety? Or is this the best first date I've ever been on? The funny part is like, obviously, this is a joke. But as I'm saying these things out loud, I'm realizing that I do these things. So it really is a learning experience for me because just really